Hello students, how are you? I hope you are safe and healthy at your home and you are doing your work properly. And so 11th class, today we start a new chapter of accountancy, chapter number 7, double entry system. In last video, you studied the rules of debit and credit by the two methods. Number one, American method and American method, and after that, second method is the English approach, and English approach is also called double entry system. So there are two methods, and second method, English approach or traditional approach or double entry system, all are same. So in last video you studied the accounts of rules of debit and credit of accounts by the American approach or modern approach, and today I am discuss the rules of debit and credit according to double entry system or English approach or traditional approach. So first of all I want to explain meaning of double entry system. Double entry system means each and every business transaction, because we record the business transaction in the books of accounts, so each and every business transactions affects at least two accounts. Every transactions affect two accounts, not two times, at least two accounts in opposite direction. Opposite direction means one may be decrease and one may be increase. One is increase and maybe one asset is increase and one liability is increase. So that both are opposite direction. Assets are our property and liabilities are amount to pay outside. So these are the opposite directions. Double entry system means every business transaction affect at least two accounts in opposite direction, and one account receiving a benefit or increase. One account benefit receive कर रहा है, but other account yielding, that means yielding a benefit. So that according to double entry system, that accounts are recorded at least one transaction is recorded at least two accounts. It's never means record the transaction two times. For example, a businessman purchase a furniture for cash, and when we go to market for purchase furniture and we pay to the cash to furniture shopkeeper, then our pocket cash is reduced and furniture is now our asset and it will increase. So it is the logic of double entry system. This method is scientific method and complete system of recording the financial transaction. And first of all, this double entry system, a book was written by Luca Pacioli in 1494, and it is also called father of accountancy. In 1494, Luca Pacioli had wrote the book of double entry system, and he is known as the father of accounting. So our next topic is classification of accounts. According to this double entry system, this modern approach, this traditional approach or English approach, accounts are mainly two types. Personal account and impersonal account. So personal accounts relate to an individual. Personal means related to some person. So personal accounts related to any individual person, any company or any organization, any NGO, any shopkeeper, shop name, that is called personal account. For example, Ram is a person, and Ramlal and his son. Ram is different and Ramlal and Sons is a name of the organization. So both are the different. So personal accounts related to all individual, to all business, to all organization. These are called personal account. And this account is divided in three parts. Number one, natural personal accounts. Second is artificial personal account, and third is representative personal account. First account is natural. Natural means they who take birth and die. For example, human being and animal. So human being run their business. So natural person accounts are those accounts which have natural person, that means human being, and they are, for example, Ram account, Sham account, proprietor capital account. Ram start a business with a capital in the organization, then proprietor Ram capital account is a natural personal account. Same proprietor drawings account is also natural personal account. Second is artificial. Artificial means made by man, not take birth, not become naturally. It is created by human being activities. So these accounts don't have any physical existence. उनकी अपनी कोई physical existence नहीं होती, but they are work as a personal account. For example, Tata Company, Reliance Company, Liberty Shoe Company, and Ashish Garment, they are created by any human being, not it was created by their self. So these all our organization are set up by any human being, so that it is created by person, so that it is called artificial personal account. All the name of organization and insurance companies, clubs, all are included in artificial personal accounts. Third is representative personal account. Representative means which are present for personal account. So when an account represents a particular person or group, an account represent to a person or group of person. For example, bank. For example, a salary paid to a person. हमने सैलरी पे करनी है एनी पर्सन को, एंड वी डोंट पे सैलरी टू देम, दैट मीन्स सैलरी राम सैलरी वाज नॉट पेड टू देम, दैट इज कॉल्ड सैलरी आउटस्टैंडिंग, एंड दिस सैलरी इज रिप्रेजेंट टू राम, so that a particular account represent to a particular person or particular group of person is called representative personal account. Same salaries outstanding and prepaid salary. Now second part of the accounts is impersonal account. Impersonal means which are not an individual, any person. So impersonal accounts are divided into two parts. Number one, real account. Number two, nominal account. Real means reality, accounts of those things and those items which can be measured in terms of money. And real accounts are those items, accounts which can be easily measured in terms of money, and these are the assets of proprietor. Assets means property, which are the property of proprietor. All are included in real account. For example, machinery, plant, building, furniture, motorbike is using in the business. that all are the property of a business proprietor, so that it are called real account. And real account is also divided into two parts. Number one, tangible real account. Number two, intangible real account. Tangible means we can see and touch and have physical existence, that are called tangible. Which assets or thing can be seen and touched and have physical existence, that are called tangible real account. For example, furniture. We can see and touch, we can observe the color, and building is also we can see and touch and have physical existence, that are called tangible real account. Second is intangible real accounts. Intangible real accounts are those which can't be seen and touched but have value in terms of money. उनको हम in presence में नहीं देख सकते, but we can see in the books of our accounts because it is recorded in the accounts book. So intangible real accounts are those which cannot be touched and seen and have value of in terms of money. For example, goodwill. Goodwill, we can only imagine that firm is reputation of how much. And patents account. Next, trademark. When a company take the trademark from, trademark means registered of our product, that is called trademarks. And copyright is used for the books, and trademark is used for the production of product. That means we registered our product from the registrar, that is trademark, and when we take the registration of our notes, our books notes, that are called copyright. And second part of the impersonal account is nominal account. Nominal account, and sometimes we call it not real account. Nominal accounts are related to all expenses, losses, income and gain. In business, any expenses, losses, income and gains are considered as nominal account. For example, discount allowed. When we give a discount to any person, our cash, our asset is decreased, so that discount allowed is the losses and discount received is the income. Same as interest received is income and interest paid is the expenses. So next, now rules of debit and credit according to double entry system. According to double entry system, we divide mainly three accounts: personal account, real account and nominal account. And personal account is divided into further three parts: natural personal account, artificial personal account and representative personal accounts. And real accounts, tangible real accounts and intangible real accounts. And nominal accounts are related to expenses, losses, income and gain. So which rules are followed? For personal account, rule is that debit the receiver and credit the giver. For example, Ram pay cash. Ram pay cash to Mohan. Ram pay cash to Mohan, that means Ram is the giver and Mohan is the receiver. So that in this case, Mohan's account is debit and Ram is the giver and Ram account is credit. Next, so rule is debit the receiver and credit the giver. Next is the real accounts, and this rule is followed for natural, artificial and representative. Rule is one for personal accounts, same. One rule for real accounts. Rule for real account is Debit what comes in, that means which is come in our business. हमारे बिजनेस के अंदर जो भी आएगा inside our business, that is the debit. And credit what goes out, which items, which assets goes out from our business, from our organization, that are called, that are credited. Debit what comes in and credit what goes out. For example, purchase furniture for cash. Purchase furniture for cash. Cash is our asset and furniture is our asset. When we purchase furniture, then furniture comes in our business. That means furniture account is debit and we pay the money to the shopkeeper, then cash goes out, cash account is credit. Debit what comes in and credit what goes out. And third is nominal accounts, which are related to expenses, losses, incomes and gain. The rule is debit all the expenses and losses. Whenever a business organization incur loss, expenses, that are debit, and when a business organization receive income and gain, then it is credit. For example, business organization paid salary. Salary is paid in cash, salary paid to Ram. So that, and salary is paid in cash, so expenses, that is the expenses. Expenses is debit, salary account debit to Ram account. And when salary account debit to cash account, because salary is paid in cash. Second example, commission received, and we receive the commission in form of cash, then commission is our commission received, it is income, and income is credit. That means cash come in our account, cash account debit to commission received. Rule is debit all the expenses and losses and credit all the incomes and gains. So these are the rules of debit and credit according to double entry system. I hope you understand this topic and do your work regularly. Okay, thank you.